About 300 newscasts over 300 weeks with 50 hours of broadcasting, the Christian Media Center is now on its 1,000th newscast.
I still find it hard to believe that we are on our 1,000th newscast. I think about how all this began as somewhat of an adventure, without knowing exactly what we are going to meet up against, and the challenges and difficulties that we are going to face, as well as the huge possibilities that exist.
The initiative began in Portuguese originally, and it's now translated into 6 languages and broadcasted on 28 stations in different countries: Brazil, Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, the United States, and Lebanon.
Milhares de peregrinos visitaram a Terra Santa nesta primavera.
The 1000th edition is firstly a sign of a beautiful journey that has been made, that has been at times been difficult, but has always included news broadcasts around the world. If today the world is aware of the reality of the Holy Land, its positive Christian reality, we know it is partly thanks to these 1000 newscasts, that millions of viewers have been watching, and we are happy about this. 1,000 is not enough. We want to get to 1,000,000.
1.000 non ci basta, vogliamo arrivare al 1.000.000.
Opened in 2008 by the custody of the Holy Land, the center was established with the intention of bringing a message of beauty and richness of the Holy Land, of its shrines, and of its distinguished visitors, the pilgrims from all over the world. This is why it was necessary to tell another story and to spread a message with detailed information and news about different events, the religious events of this land and the Christian celebration at the shrine of the redemption. These 1,000 newscasts talk about the life of the communities and of the local Christian, crossing over the boundaries of denominations and covering cultural and religious events between churches, in addition to ecumenical gatherings. These newscasts also talk about the life and culture of the people of the 3 monotheistic religions, not just Judaism with its places of worship, its festival and tradition, but also the culture and festival of the Muslim world. Some highlights for Terra Santa News were the images of Pope Benedict XVI visit in 2009, as well as coverage of the excitement over Pope Francis' journey in the footsteps of his predecessor Paul VI in May 2004.
È una delle gioie che ho avuto negli ultimi 10 anni, devo dire, con grande piacere.
One of the joys I have had the great pleasure of experiencing within the last 10 years, I must say, is seeing the custody that had a tiny bit of experience with the Christian Information Center and the press centers in Milan and Madrid make a big step forward and enter the very world of the mass media, which is a must today. I think the happy collaboration between the custody of the Holy Land and Canção Nova, which has its own special charisma, has been truly a happy union.
La custodia di Terra Santa e Canção Nova, che ha un carisma al riguardo, sia stato veramente felice questo congiungimento.
All'inizio il programma era in portoghese e poi nella...
At the beginning, the program was in Portuguese, then in the translation from Portuguese to Italian. There was a need for a copy editor, one that would correct the language in order to produce the Italian version, since we were essentially translating texts originally written in Portuguese. And since I lived in the same building, and since I was a student at the time, I offered to lend a hand.
Essendo studente all'epoca, mi sono prestato, ho dato una mano per questo. Adesso vedendo 6 lingue.
Now we can hear the newscasts in 6 languages, including local languages, and they are broadcast worldwide. It has obviously become very professional. Today there is a team of people who work there, and everything is more perfect, more accurate. But what is now today a big tree was born from a small seed, and I can say that I contributed. I am pleased that this seed has grown into this big tree.
Anch'io posso dire di aver dato un contributo e sono contento del fatto che questo seme sia germinato in questo grande albero.
A message is carried from this land around the world through 28 television channels.
Grazie alla Terra Santa News.
Thanks to Terra Santa News, we can offer our viewers a particular historical and spiritual itinerary that develops through the everyday life and through the witnesses of those who powerfully experience pilgrimages here.
Di chi vive l'esperienza forte del pellegrinaggio. Un servizio preziosissimo.
We wish to continue broadcasting this invaluable Terra Santa news service on our channel, with the hope that it may contribute to the expectations of hope and brotherhood between peoples and nations.
E fratellanza fra I popoli e le nazioni.
Keď pred 5 rokmi sme dostali možnosť vysielať Terra Santa.
For our viewers, many of whom, though not all of whom, have visited the Holy Land, it is very interesting to see the holy places that they may have already visited. At the same time, it is interesting to see and feel what is occurring in the Holy Land, because in the reports of the mass media, it is difficult to find the real news from this land.
To aj potvrdilo, aj čo sa týka kvality príspevkov, aj čo sa týka úrovne obsahu, ktorá išla.
Terra Santa News è importante anche per noi perché ci permette di creare.
Terra Santa News is important news for us because it allows us to create a bond with the Holy Land. Even from here in Italy, through your newscast, we can see the news of the day and of the week, as well as the most important events that happen in the Holy Land. But above all, what we like the best and what is the most important to us is that we can create a continuous link with the holy places that are so emotionally filled with Christianity and spirituality.
Importante probabilmente è appunto creare un legame continuo con tutti quei luoghi così carichi di emozioni, di cristianità, di spiritualità.
Felicitaciones por estos 1000 programas que están ya realizados.
Congratulations for these 1,000 newscasts that you have made for all humanity. We hope you can continue for many years, and we congratulate you, first of all, for the content that is so true, so Christian, and so full of hope, and for the images, which are very beautiful. We congratulate you with all our hearts for the technique and content. I pray that you may continue to work for the glory of God and to enlarge His kingdom. May God bless you all.
Y sobre todo por su contenido, que muchos años puedan seguir trabajando para la gloria de Dios y para extender su reinado. Que Dios bendiga a todos.
On December 18, 2014, the press conference of the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem was the opportunity to announce the launching of the Christian Media Center.
L'importanza del Christian Media Center viene dal fatto che c'è bisogno di un centro cristiano per divulgare le notizie della Terra Santa.
The importance of the Christian Media Center is that we need a center in order to broadcast news about the Holy Land through a truly Christian perspective. The Christian Media Center has come at the right time so as to fill a gap in the way of broadcasting the news. For the last year, the name change has pointed toward the ecumenical and Christian spirit of the center. We hope that this center will continue to exist here and that it may remain strong and capable of responding to people's need for information.
E più cristiano del centro. L'augurio è la permanenza di questo centro perché rimanga forte e sia capace di rispondere al bisogno di informazione.
احتفل المسيحيون الذين يسيرون حسب التقويم الشرقي بأحد الفصح المجيد.
With the new initiative, there has also been the addition of an Arabic language newscast that is mainly broadcast through the Telelumiere TV channel.
بنقلكم ألف مبروك بهالتطور الجديد وبهالتقدم الجديد.
Congratulations on your latest developments and on your remarkable evolution. Thanks to this, we have increased our number of viewers. We thank you for your work, for the quality of your audio, and for the images that you use to cover news from the Holy Land. These newscasts have different content that go hand in hand with our Christian message, both as journalists and as believers.
وعم بترافقنا بمواضيع منوعة مهمة جدا بتتماشى مع رسالتنا كمسيحيين وكإعلاميين بعالم اليوم.
أخبار تيرا سانتا أخبار جدا غنية ومتنوعة عم تنقل واقع.
Terra Santa News is packed with news that talk about the reality of Christians in the Holy Land, where Jesus lived and worked miracles, where he has spent his whole life, where he died and rose. Terra Santa News brings together news about different topics such as society, spirituality, culture, and religion. It tells us what the audience need to hear and see.
على مختلف الأصعدة عم بتلبي إذا بدنا نقول شو بحاجة الجمهور يسمع ويشوف.
Noi siamo grati a tutti.
We are grateful to all the television stations and to all the associations, as well as to all those who want to broadcast this newscast from the Holy Land. We are grateful because this news is primarily for them. We want to reach the whole world. We wish to reach all those who can be reached. We have a great desire to communicate, and they are the instruments. They have become instruments of this announcement, of this message of joy and hope from the Holy Land for the whole Church. And for this, we are very grateful and we want to persevere.
Siamo molto grati, vogliamo continuare.
Eu admiro, aplaudo e vejo os frutos. E é pelos frutos que se conhece a árvore. Eu não estava sabendo.
We got to number 1,000. Glory to God and congratulations to all those who have worked on this. I watch the newscasts with great joy and I appreciate them very much. I love watching them. First of all, I congratulate you on the content as well as on how the programs are made. They are very well made indeed. Congratulations, I applaud your efforts.
Aprecio demais. Eu gosto de assistir. Vocês estão de parabéns, primeiro pelo conteúdo, mas também pela forma. Os programas são muito bem feitos e aplausos, aplausos.
The second edition of the Holy Land Festival was held at the Franciscan Monastery, Washington, D.C., and was organized by the Committee for the Holy Land of the Archdiocese of this American city. This was an opportunity to learn about the land of the Fifth Gospel and also experience it from a distance in all its richness and complexity.
I think it's very important to have festivals like this. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about the Holy Land, especially when it comes to Christians living there. A lot of people don't know that there are Christians there, or they think that they were converted recently and they don't understand that there have been Christians there since as long as Jesus Christ has lived there. So I think it's important to have events like these where people from the community can come somewhere and learn and kind of encounter that culture.
The event drew the participation of about 400 people. It featured the opportunity for people to experience authentic Middle Eastern cuisine as well as crafts and music. The special presentations and roundtables in the conference room offer the attendees the opportunity to get familiar with the issues and the current situation in the Holy Land.
The Order of Malta is represented here by the Bethlehem Hospital Foundation. Our main task is to try to support the Christians in the Holy Land so they actually stay in the Holy Land and continue to be parishioners in the parishes and live where their many generations of families have lived.
Anyone that's visited the campus usually comes in and they refer to it as an oasis of peace in this chaos that is in the Middle East. Most of the students come from Bethlehem. Now these students would have what's called a green ID card with Israel, and they technically are not allowed to go to Jerusalem. The students who are in Jerusalem are better off in the sense that they have a blue ID card and they are free to cross the wall with some problems. They have to pass the checkpoint.
Fragrances and flavors, as well as products from local Palestinian craftspeople, welcome visitors at the various stands located in the monastery's garden, a way to support the living stone of the Holy Land.
I'm very happy to be here. It's such a beautiful weather. It's such a beautiful place. It's informal, very laid back. It's really beautiful. And I love the both as the food. I'm tasting a lot of different Palestinian food. It connects me a lot with home, actually. It tastes a lot like home.
Free guided tours of the gardens, the monastery and its catacombs help to liven up the day for visitors who attended the festival.
Today we gathered people from really all around the region to come and experience the Holy Land through our food, our programming, our gifts, as well as our face painting and our balloon twisting, and just to learn and speak about the Holy Land and the people who live there. Critically important that we remember that they are people who live there.
Okay, so we're just wrapping up our second annual Holy Land Festival, and it's meant to counteract the negative images and impressions that we get from reading the news and watching television and all this stuff about the Holy Land. That it's a place of trouble, a place of violence, a place where the peace is eluded, and this by celebrating the culture, the music, the food. The commitment of people, and we're getting different pictures.
This intense and rich day brought about a lot of satisfaction.
When we have it, much next year. and make sure you're here with us.
We are here to tell you about the Holy Land, to raise awareness and visibility of the Mother Church of Jerusalem, local Christians, and holy places. We are here to tell so many forgotten stories of daily efforts, courage, and faith. We are here to promote hope in the land of God. Support those who give a voice to custody of the Holy Land's work.